I think it's Fallen Kingdom, where it's like, we're going to sell dinosaurs. And like, okay, here's an Ankylosaurus. How much is it going to sell for? 400 grand. It's like, that's a fucking dinosaur. Like, at the peak of his career, Lionel Messi got sold for 60 million quid. If I'm AC Milan, I know who I'm fielding next season in the Jurassic Park universe, and it's not Lionel Messi, it's 11 dinosaurs. So Faraway Lucas and lovely audience at home, same question. What is your favourite moment from the Jurassic Park series?
I hate to sound brutal, but it might just be the part where, like, the pterodactyls tear that woman away, and it's so brutal.
Oh, the completely out of nowhere, just brutal death of that lady who didn't do anything wrong.
No.
It's like she's the most like undeserving of dinosaur death of anyone in that series. And
it's so hard.
Before anyone comments it and says, like, oh, that lady read the script and that death scene was for somebody else and she wanted that death scene, that's not true. There's no source that I've ever found confirming that. That is something you see, like, random like accounts on like TikTok and Instagram sharing as a fact. There is no source I could find when I researched it for a fact feed video a year ago that confirms that lady wanted that. In fact, when she's been asked about it, her only response is, I don't know, it was just in the script and Colin Trevorrow just thought my character just had to die like that.
Because you were Bryce Dallas Howard's assistant, and you have a bigger role, like.
Yeah, so it wasn't, when I auditioned, that wasn't what it was. And I got the job and the director was like, listen, we're going to be doing this really, really big stunt. It's going to be so memorable. Everybody's going to talk about it. And I'm on the phone going, yeah, whatever, sure. He goes, I want an actor that's going to do most of the stunt. And you're like young and it's Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
Like, you're like, sure, I'll do whatever. Yeah. And I had no idea what I was agreeing to.
You watch Jurassic Park and everyone that gets a brutal death is kind of an asshole.
Or deserves it.
And she's just, they just deserve it. And she just gets ripped apart.
As you said, Lucas, for the most part, everybody in Jurassic Park who meets their end via Dinosaur did something that would indicate they deserve it. Dennis Nedry, he tries to play God and steal the dinosaur embryos to continue creating them. So he gets like his face melted off by a Dilophosaurus or whatever it's called. Like the lawyer, he's cowardly. He leaves the children in the car alone and the T-Rex gets him. Like those velociraptors get fucking kicked in the face like girl who does gymnastics because they made the mistake of starring in Jurassic Park 2. That is their punishment for doing so. What did that lady do?
Like, you could argue she's an assistant to a dickhead, but, like, she's just getting a paycheck.
It's Bryce Dallas Howard who should have died like that, if you think about it. She's the one, she's like the evil CEO who wanted to put the dinosaur park into action again.
And instead she gets the badass scene where she just stands in front with, like, the flare in front of the T-Rex and sprints off in the heels.
And there has been a lot written about the fact Bryce Dallas Howard's character wears high heels throughout that movie and somehow managed to outrun a T-Rex whilst wearing said high heels. I'll give props to Bryce Dallas Howard because she did that for real.
I did a lot of ankle exercises. I mean, honestly, I trained for running in heels as if I was in the Olympics.
Right.
Like, I was just like, this is a life and death situation here.
Yeah.
And supposedly Bryce Dallas Howard herself insisted upon that character trait. And she refused to wear more sensible footwear for those scenes. And to prove that the character of Claire could do it backwards and in high heels, did the scene where she's running with the flare in high heels herself.
And I was like, when that day came when I needed to make that decision, I was like, I'm going to keep the shoes on. I don't want to run barefoot in the jungle.
I respect the idea of I need to make sure my character can run around in high heels the entire time.
It's the old joke, isn't it? Like, women have to do everything men do backwards in high heels. Bryce Dallas Howard wanted to literally represent that in the movie by having her character run around and do all the same stuff that Chris Pratt Action Man did in high heels. Also, it's worth pointing out she doesn't outrun the T-Rex. The T-Rex is following her as it was trained to do in the first movie. Because it's the T-Rex in Jurassic World is the T-Rex from the first movie. And it's trained to follow the flare, not chase it.
I do respect the kind of like social media videos that I see of people putting on the period cramp simulators.
Oh right, yeah.
The men are keeling over when it goes 3 out of 10 pain.
Okay. Stop.
And then the women are just give me 10. Give me 10 out of 10. I can deal with it.
7, 8, 9, and then a 10. It hurts, but
the fact that men are not able to even stand a little bit of it, it's kind of emblematic of that high heel running scene, right?
Ladies and gentlemen, as fast as you can go, Chris Pratt.
And as mentioned, Bryce Dallas Howard did do a lot of those scenes herself, and the stunt performer that was standing in for her also did them in high heels.
Yeah.
That reminds me, once I went to the gym and I saw someone doing squats with weight on their back, not much weight, but still a lot of weight considering what they were wearing, and what they were wearing were high heels, and they were doing full squats to the ground in high heels. And I remember asking them, is there a reason you're doing that? And said, oh yeah, I work as a stripper. And I need to be able to, do this kind of stuff all the time. I was like, fair play.
Absolutely fair play.
But anyway,
Jesus.
we're not talking about that, Lucas. Today we're talking about a glass of water. Jurassic Park, the movie, not the series, is a film filled to the brim with groundbreaking special effects, some of which were literally invented for that film. We don't want to talk about those today because, according to the people who helped realise those CGI dinos, the single hardest shot in the entire film to realise was a single glass of water. And you can picture it in your head, can't you, Lucas? It's the glass of water sat in the car with the boom, boom, the nice concentric ripples going out the back of it, indicating that a T-Rex might be approaching. I
guess it's pretty hard to emulate a dinosaur walking towards you.
Well, that's not quite what it was, but for anyone curious about the background of that scene, perhaps what the inspiration was, according to Steven Spielberg, it was inspired by a trip he took in his car while he was thinking about dinosaurs, as we often do, and he was blasting some Earth, Wind and Fire at max volume with the bass turned all the way up.
When you're driving, we'll listen to your radio station. I can't take this anymore. Let's switch back.
And normally in this situation, I put in an artistic representation of what that probably looked like, but I'm not going to play any music from Earth, Wind and Fire because I want to make money off this video.
Yeah.
But Lucas, let's say you're driving, you're thinking about dinosaurs. What song do you want to listen to on max volume in that car? Audience, same question. What do you think would be the music you want to listen to while you're driving along? Dead of night, music's turned up nice and loud, windows open, it's a little bit cool. Thinking about some dinosaurs.
I mean, obviously the Jurassic Park theme, because you put dinosaurs in my head.
When you're driving, we'll listen to your radio station.
Maybe after that, maybe I'll just say baby metal.
To be fair, yeah. When I listen to my music loud, I want to listen to music that's designed to be listened to that loud. So is it fair play to Steven Spielberg of what are you listening to, with the fucking speakers turned all the way up, Earth, Wind and Fire? Have you ever seen those shots of here's the Beach Boys at a concert, and they look like they're at a fucking metal gig. They look like Slipknot. You ever seen those? Okay, so Lucas, you're familiar with the Beach Boys, I imagine, if not their music, their their reputation. A band from many years ago. They play music about surfing and having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah, here's a song from one of their concerts. And does that not look like he's screaming to open up the pit?
Yeah, a little bit.
He's what song in the Beach Boys repertoire needs the singer to go that hard?
And the fact that the guitarist behind him just seems like he's chill as fuck.
Yeah, it's
what?
I can't think of any Beach Boys song that goes that hard where the singer is required to scream into the microphone like he's Corey Taylor.
I was going to say, all of a sudden he's become Ollie Sykes of just, like, annihilate that microphone.
But bring it back to Jurassic Park. When Steven Spielberg was riding his car, listening to that music, the bass turn all the way up, and he saw various parts of his car vibrating, he thought to himself how cool a visual it would be to indicate the approach of a large dinosaur if somewhere in the car there was an object, say a glass of water, where you saw ripples, showcasing that something was approaching. And specifically he had the idea of cool concentric ripples as if something had dropped into the water. The problem is, water doesn't work that way.
Yeah, it doesn't. If it's going to ripple, it's not going to ripple from the centre.
It's not, no. And that's the idea Steven Spielberg had in mind. So when he approached, I have it here, special effects guru Michael Lantieri, he asked him, hey, I know you're working on those CGI dinosaurs. Fun fact, like Michael Lantieri's official role in the film was special dinosaur effects. That's his official role. Steven Spielberg's like, hey, good work on those dinosaurs, but can you make the water in this scene do this? And Michael Lantieri told him, we can make ripples, but we can't get them to be the nice concentric ripples that you want. That's not how water works. To which Spielberg responded, figure it out.
I was about to say, did they not watch The Abyss? But that was after Jurassic Park, right? But I imagine if they can do that, they can probably blend regular water with a little bit of ripples.
Oh yeah, but that takes time away from rendering out the dinosaurs. It's like, can you imagine going up to the computer, like, I know you're rendering out that T-Rex, that's awesome. Can you please render out like a cup of water going?
If they can get Rexy looking as good as they do, I'm pretty sure they could ripple a little bit of water.
They could have done, but Lantieri wanted to achieve the effect practically. So what they did is they called up everybody they could think of about how to achieve that, ranging from sound engineers to physicists in universities who had access to wave tanks. And every single person they contacted said the same thing: we can't help you, please stop calling.
And then the fun thing is, they just got in contact with Xzibit and he was like, I'm going to put 24 subwoofers in the back of your car.
What's your favourite episode of Pimp My Ride? I remember watching, like, I don't know if it's a video or an article by Vice where they interview, like, people who are on Pimp My Ride and they reveal that, oh, the show was a complete clusterfuck behind the scenes. And they interview one guy who's like, well, my car was pretty shit, but the producers didn't think there was anything interesting enough about it to form a narrative for an episode, so they put a bunch of candy wrappers in the car and just pretended that I would just eat candy in my car. And just like, it's like, yeah, I was a bit overweight at the time, but they made out like I was just gnawing on candy 100% of the time. They put like a fucking candy shop in the back of his car.
Oh my god. I think there was one where they like put like a video projector inside of his car or van with like a hidden screen as well that he could like
cool,
project upon. That'd be pretty cool, but I'm pretty sure his response was like, I don't like movies that much. I might be misremembering, but I think he was just very unenthusiastic about
They
the
also as
idea.
well did absolutely nothing to like the mechanics of the car. Like, so if your engine was like on its last legs, was about to like shit itself to death, they wouldn't fix the engine. And if anything, the stuff they did to your car made it even more likely to crap out because they put a bunch of extra weight and electronics in it.
Right, Karl, it was called Pimp My Ride, not Fix My Ride.
I imagine though, if you want to pimp out your ride, you want it to continue
it was
running.
Called Pimp It.
I imagine no self-respecting pimp wants to be seen broken down by the side of the road.
No one ever said it was going to get fixed.
True, they literally say that pimping ain't easy. But still, I imagine that any self-respecting pimp who's driving around with his candy mobile wants the car to not stop working.
I didn't do shit to that car. I didn't choose the paint. I didn't choose the theme. I didn't tell them to put the chandelier or the motherfucking frog pond or the motherfucking bouncy house or the ball jumpy. I didn't do none of that shit. But I was the face of the show.
If you could like go, like if you Xzibit, you could bring him out of retirement and say, look, Xzibit, stop whatever it is you're doing. I imagine not paying your taxes or doing drugs. I've not followed Xzibit's career in a while, but like, what would you want him to do to your car?
Maybe just jelly bean dispensers everywhere.
Oh, jelly bean dispenser. Like in the roof as well. Do you know when you like pull down the mirror to have a look and just jelly beans fly out and hit you?
No, you just, like you press the sunroof and the sunroof opens and just jelly beans just shower you.
putting empty candy wrappers in his car and just like going, look at this fat piece of shit. We put a candy shop in your car. Would you drive like a fully pimped out car? Yeah, 'cause I think I would.
Only if.
I would 100% drive one of the absolute fucking just midlife crisis mobiles, unironically, all the time. 'Cause I think it'd look hilarious.
Hey, it's me.
If they wrapped it in Anime Girls.
Oh, that's the thing, right? Don't you see? Like, I remember when I went to LA and I saw the hentai car. If people don't know what the hentai car is, there is a car in LA where their license plate just says hentai. And they just have like loads of anime girls on the car, and I saw it. I'd have a car like that.
I've got one of two options, Karl. Either the anime girl car, not the hentai car, the anime girl car.
Okay. Just like the big wrap around with like a giant anime girl on the front.
Yeah.
Just because of how stupid it is. Because no one's going to steal that car. It's too noticeable.
Or the grass car.
Oh yeah, I saw a car covered in grass. I don't know if I still got the picture.
You sent a picture of like a car entirely covered.
Yeah, I'll try and find it, folks. There's a picture of me when I was walking down the street, and there was a car covered in grass, like fake artificial grass, and it was owned by a person who sold artificial grass. And I was really drunk, and I just spent like 10 minutes like rubbing my hands on the grass car. And the guy came out and was like, "Can I help you with something?" It's like, "Why is your car covered in grass?" Like, "I sell grass. Go away." It's great.
Like I vividly remember that picture of just like the grass car.
The grass car.
Why not?
It was amazing. Maybe I'd have that. Yeah. Car. So, like, another time, I think I was in Chicago, and I saw a Prius that someone had torn the sign off and called it like the Pre-Woo and put ooh-woo on the sign, and their like license plate was like ooh-woo, ooh-woo, and they had like 50 bumper stickers with anime characters on there, and it was parked in like a Whole Foods, and like, of course.
No, yeah. I think that would be my number one choice, is just anime girl.
Yeah, I would 100% do that, because 1, it's really fucking funny, 2, it's never going to get stolen, and 3, it's really fucking funny. Especially though, like, the older I get, the funnier it is that I'm driving that.
Yeah. Like, the idea of just someone coming back to your flat and just there's like 5 anime girl pillows there, and it's like, yeah.
We're recording this in my room, like my office is in my bedroom now, like, I've got fucking dinosaur sheet bedding. Do you think I give a fuck?
I can confirm that all of the Rexy body pillows are hidden away in the corner that are out of frame.
It's like, so I've got like dinosaur bedding. I don't give a fuck. It's like, you know what? It shows I've got a personality, but bring it back.
I've counted the Rexy body pillows, and there's at least 11, everyone. I want you to know.
Dinosaur body pillow would be weird. Sure, you want like a T-Rex one. You want a long dinosaur, like a Mosasaurus. Maybe it'd work. As like
I know that you've got the one Brontosaurus, but I know you've got many of the Rexy.
I do like dinosaurs. I've got a lot of like dinosaur paraphernalia knocking about my house because I just like dinosaurs. I think they're cool. Who doesn't like dinosaurs? Anyone who doesn't like dinosaurs is weird, in my opinion.
I always found that weird of like the idea of like, well, anyone that likes dinosaurs is not cool. It's like, surely they're the coolest people.
I go watch like every time there's a new Jurassic Park movie. As much as they suck compared to the first one, me and my dad watch every Jurassic Park movie in the cinemas, and every time we're watching Jurassic Park, he'll just nudge me on the shoulder and go, "That's a dinosaur."
It's a dinosaur.
But, you know, bring it back now to the first Jurassic Park movie in Lantieri. So he contacted physicists, he contacted sound engineers, he contacted other special effects people he worked with, like, if you have any idea how to achieve this specific effect? All of them are like, no. But he managed to stumble ass backwards onto the answer while playing around with the guitar. So what he was doing is, he was playing around with the guitar on which he'd placed a glass of water. And when he strummed the guitar string, it caused the exact kind of concentric circles Spielberg wanted for the shot.
Okay. I'm not going to question it, but I'm just questioning how it... I am going to question it.
It's more like the specific way they strum the guitar caused the vibrations to go through the glass in the very specific way that caused a concentric circle ripple to appear in the centre.
Okay. I'm just confused because surely if you strum a guitar, it goes from left to right, right to left.
What if you strum it up and down?
I don't like this, Karl. Why would you do that to me? You can't strum a guitar up and down.
Well, you can't if you want to play music on it, but a guitar string is designed to vibrate. And the problem was, like, okay, the shot is inside a car. We can't hide a guitar inside the car. The shot is literally just the cup. We can't hide the guitar anywhere in there. So what they did is, they pulled off the door for the car they were using for the shot, drilled into it, and run a guitar string all the way through at the inside of the door. So it was underneath the cup. And then what they did is they put the other end of that guitar string below the car, got a guy, told him to lie down under the car, which, remember, was being filmed on a place that was, like, wet and in the mud. And then they were just prompted at a specific time to pluck the guitar string to cause the ripples to appear as and when they were needed.
And when we plucked the string, the water began to ripples.
And what did Steven have to say?
When Steven saw the cup ripple, he had a big smile, and he just says, that is now the arrival of the T-Rex.
Also, bear in mind, that guy was in presence of what are like 1 ton T-Rex animatronic that was above the car.
For certain shots, yes. So it depends. Like
for certain shots,
yeah, the Rexy animatronic was possibly one of the most like detailed special effects seen in film up to that point. And I mentioned at the start, it was the hardest shot in the film to realise. And according to Lantieri, that single 3-second shot took the most time to realise of any shot in the film. Obviously, it probably took them longer to build the dinosaur, but once they told Stan Winston Studios, we want a dinosaur, the only roadblock time-wise was the amount of time taken to build it. They didn't need to figure anything out. Whereas with that shot, they specifically couldn't figure out how to get the exact shot they wanted, and it took like a week of playing around. Because I imagine there's probably some people watching this like, well, surely it took longer to build the dinosaur. It's like, yeah, but they knew how to build a robot dinosaur. They didn't know how to get this effect.
Also, like, Stan Winston was against the clock of, like, this CGI dinosaur is chasing my timeline down.
The CGI dinosaur is going to make me extinct. Which is a quote from Stan Winston, I believe, when he saw the CGI dinosaur for the first time.
He's got to build this dinosaur as quickly as possible before the CGI catches up.
Actually, no, it wasn't Stan Winston. I believe it was Phil Tippett. So he's the guy who did...
Phil Tippett, yes. Yeah.
So for anyone curious about how the dinosaurs were realised in Jurassic Park, it's a combination of things. Initially, it was going to be a combination of practical effects and stop motion. Specifically, a kind of stop motion where they smooth out all the motions using computers.
But Phil Tippett had perfected the motion blur, which gave Go Motion a closer resemblance to real life. But it wasn't 100%. It was still jerky. And Phil did a whole bunch of wonderful blur motions on a T-Rex running, on a Raptor running. I come home with my kids and look at this stuff over and over and over again. And my kids bought it. They said, wow, Dad, a real dinosaur. But I still saw the jerks. The movement was very accurate and very rhythmical, but there was still something a bit Go Motion-y about it.
At some point during production, someone working for like Industrial Light and Magic realised that we can create a pretty decent looking CGI dinosaur. And supposedly the person who created that left it on their screen as Steven Spielberg and Kathleen Kennedy were walking around ILM. And they walked through that guy's office and saw the dinosaur on screen, like, what's that? Guy explained, what's the CGI dinosaur I've been working on? Do you think that could work for your movie?
And I did. And I had the monitor position. They came walking in, and I ambushed them with a walking T-Rex pose, and everything changed. I freaked out. Kathleen Kennedy patted me, like I've said it in various interviews, but she patted me in the back and said, "You have a very bright future."
And Phil Tippett was supposedly with them, saw that CGI dinosaur and quipped, "I think I'm extinct."
And Phil saw that with me for the first time. And there we were watching our future unfolding on the TV screen. So authentic, I couldn't believe my eyes. And it blew my mind again. And I turned to Phil, and Phil looked at me, and Phil said, he said, "I think I'm extinct." And I actually used Phil's line in the movie. Gave it to Malcolm to say to Grant when they were walking up the stairs.
We're out of a job. Don't you mean extinct?
And rather than fire Phil Tippett, Steven Spielberg instead told him to work with the CGI people and told him to use his expertise at creating like maquettes and motion capture dinosaur action and use his extensive knowledge of how those creatures would move to inform the CGI dinosaurs, because while they could create a realistic looking CGI dinosaur, they couldn't make it move in a way that looked realistic, whereas Phil Tippett could, because he had so many decades of doing that under his belt.
Yeah.
And then they combine that with the practical effects made by Stan Winston Studios. And
Phil Tippett's animators would join forces with ILM's computer artists and Stan Winston's robotics team. Together, they would bring Spielberg's vision of living, breathing dinosaurs to the screen.
the end result was one of the best looking dinosaur movies ever made.
I can't even remember what the new one is because it's been like 4 of them.
Yeah, and the dinosaurs still don't look as good as they did in the first one. And that's because you're not looking at specifically a CGI dinosaur. You're looking at a very real animatronic working in tandem with a CGI model. And the CGI is used to hide the limitations of the animatronic, and the animatronic is used to hide the limitations of the CGI model. The end result is they're better than the sum of their parts.
Turn the light off. Turn the light off.
Turn the light off!
Obviously, when you say that, like, they don't look as good as the original, a lot of the other CGI dinosaurs don't look as good as the
There's a couple of
modern ones,
ropey looking shots in that first Jurassic Park movie, like when he spots like the fucking big long necky boy. That doesn't look great. The T-Rex still looks fantastic.
Yeah, things like the Brontosaurus and all the other crowd shots and stuff don't look fantastic. The T-Rex still looks phenomenal.
As do the Raptors, and that's because a lot of the shots involving the Raptors wasn't CGI. That was dudes in Raptor costumes. And they used CGI to realise things that actors in the costumes couldn't. Like, for example, when the Raptor jumps onto the surface in the kitchen, that's a CGI Raptor. But prior to that, it's a dude in a costume.
Sorry, the fucking brain is just coming down so hard that, like...
I know, Lucas was on Lucas's end of the screen, he was looking around like a dinosaur just broken in.
Like, the rain is so fucking savage that it felt like I was getting attacked by someone.
Oh, you mentioned the rain as well. That's another thing about that shot with the CGI T-Rex. The rain was specifically included in that scene because the rain hid the limitations of some of the effects. Because the T-Rex, it looked good, but it didn't look perfect. But if you put it in the rain, you put some other action on screen so your eye isn't drawn directly to the T-Rex, you can smooth out a lot of those rough edges. And then as well, you keep cutting to the really detailed model, then your mind fills in the blanks.
Because it's a bit low resolution in general as well, like, the rain kind of looks worse than the T-Rex does in some shots.
Yeah, the rain is like
it's
CGI
weird.
rain. But then again, even the CGI rain is your mind fills in the blanks again, because when they cut to the live action shots inside the car, they're using a rain machine.
It's just a really interesting thing of, like, actually showcasing the limitations of what you've got.
Yeah, and working within those and finding ways to work around the limitations. And this reminds me a little bit of one of the earlier Fact Theme videos we talked about, of one of the hardest shots in Hot Fuzz to realise was 3 seconds long. If you recall that one?
Oh no, yeah, I remember that one. It was just the legalese of getting all of the different, like, DVD covers in one shot, right?
Super Cop. Meet the cop that can't be stopped.
To get clearance, like industry parlance for, we need to ask the rights holders of all of these things to give us permission to use these things. The clearance for that one shot, which is less than a second long, took them weeks of negotiating behind the scenes, as did the shots of them watching Patrick Swayze in Point Break, because they needed to get permission from not only Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze's estate, because Patrick Swayze had died, but the stuntman filling in for Patrick Swayze as he climbs over a fence. So they need to get permission from a guy who you can't see and is only shown from behind while wearing a mask. And if that guy would have said no, they wouldn't be able to put that shot in the film. And again, that took weeks of manoeuvring and negotiating behind the scenes to put into the film. And Edgar Wright went on record as saying, yeah, those couple of shots, those blinking you'd miss them, couple of second long like shots of just Simon Pegg and Nick Frost watching shit on a couch, harder to film than the action scenes.
God.
And it's the same for this this cup. You'd think one of the most simple but iconic effects took them longer to realise mechanically than a T-Rex. It was easier for the crew to build an entire fucking robot dinosaur than it was to figure out how to make a glass go. And then in regards to like the action, the choreography, the work that he does, like The World's End, like the drunken fight scene where like Simon Pegg catches his pint in the glass. Supposedly again, dozens of takes to get that right. And there's a couple of takes where he kind of got it but didn't quite. It's like, no, we want him to get all of it into the pint glass because that's the shot that's going to look the coolest. And it's worth doing those extra couple of takes to get the good shot.
It speaks so well to Gary King as a character that he manages to get every little ounce of that pint back in there.
What's your favourite bit about that fight scene, and why is it when Gary King does all that, catches the pint, he gets knocked out of his hand, he's like, oh, for fuck's sake! That's the joke. The joke doesn't work if he doesn't save as much of that pint as possible. Because if it was like the dregs in the bottom and he gets knocked out of his hand, sure, when he saves like a good 50% of that pint, he gets knocked out of his hand, his frustration is palpable.
I don't know. Is there any better part of the World's End in terms of fight scenes than when just like Nick Frost uses bar stools as just Hulk punching gloves?
Yeah, he gets the fucking barstool pile bunkers and screams what I think everybody around our age who's gone back to their hometown for a night out has screamed at some point after like 8 pints. Like, I fucking hate this town!
I fucking hate this town!
You just go back to your like 18-year-old local pub and it's like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, oh man, like, that's the thing, it's just the level of effort. And like, you know, some would argue, was it really necessary to put that much effort into that scene? No, but also that's what makes it memorable. I think of Jurassic Park, right?
Oh, yeah.
Did they really need to put that that level of effort into making the water drops specifically go out in concentric circles? No. But I can guarantee you, 95%, if not higher, of everyone watching this video knew exactly what I was talking about the second it was mentioned.
It is literally so memorable that people point it out that the other water at the end of the scene doesn't ripple.
No.
They point it out as a plot hole that the other water doesn't ripple because the first scene of that happening is so memorable.
Yeah. I also love that they just say, the T-Rex can just sneak up on stuff.
I do like that Rexy can just sneak up on you.
Yeah, so people don't know what we're talking about here, like, you know, when Rexy first has its big day. Also, Rexy is the official canon name for that specific T-Rex.
Official.
When Rexy rolls up first time, like, attacks the car, causes some havoc, they cause literal earthquakes with every step. Like, stuff inside the car is shaking with every step. And then later in the movie, Rexy sneaks up on like 15 velociraptors with no one being none the wiser.
I think it's like 2 or 3, but yeah, sure.
It's funny when it's 15.
It's 15. Yeah, let's go for it.
And that might be my favourite shot in any film, and it's where Rexy grabs the velociraptor and just throws it into like the T-Rex skeleton. It just detonates. Which again is great blend of practical and CGI. If that's a CGI dinosaur throwing a CGI second dinosaur into a real skeleton. Like fake skeleton, which is a real prop that they then rigged to explode on cue. And if that would have all been CGI, that shot would not hold up. But because you can see that real physical prop just fucking detonate when that fake shitty little velociraptor is thrown into it by that T-Rex, it's awesome. Then it roars and like the fucking banner comes down when dinosaurs ruled the earth. It's rad as shit.
I will give credit to Jurassic World in the sense of like, it's kind of rad to see Rexy and the Velociraptors team up together at the end.
I was half expecting them to like do like the hero thing at the end of movies, where like the hero and the villain teamed up and they go.
I was kind of waiting for just them to become a Voltron robot and just the little Velociraptors become the limbs for the T-Rex. Like, attach the Velociraptors to the arms.
I was waiting for like the T-Rex to do like I said, like just a fucking like hero nod of like, I'll be back when you need me.
Just if only like Bluey had attached themselves to the little T-Rex arm and he just got like the Falcon punches.
It's still one of the stupidest fucking details for a film plot, I think, in anything where, okay, I think it's Fallen Kingdom, where it's like, we're going to sell dinosaurs. And like, okay, here's an Ankylosaurus. How much is it going to sell for? 400 grand. It's like, that's a fucking dinosaur. Like, at the peak of his career, Lionel Messi got sold for 60 million quid. If I'm AC Milan, I know who I'm fielding next season in the Jurassic Park universe, and it's not Lionel Messi. It's 11 dinosaurs.
Don't fighter jets cost like $6 billion in America or something?
Yeah. Like, it's some ridiculous amount. It's like,
we'll sell you a dinosaur for 100th of that. A dinosaur that we genetically engineered and no one else can make.
At that point in the series, well, they can't make any more.
Yeah.
It's just like, yes, like I said, if I'm AC Milan, I know I'm fielding, and it's 11 dinosaurs. Like, I don't know how I can, like, I don't know how to square in my mind Lionel Messi being worth, like, 85 T-Rexes. I don't get it.
Liverpool aren't doing well. I'm getting in contact with them on a slot and being like, can we get an
field 11 dinosaurs? Be a great shout.
Can we get one?
Who do you think would be best in the net? It's got to be the Ankylosaurus, right? With his big tail. Like, Airbud fucking can play soccer.
That's a fucking defender right there. Imagine trying to get past that tail.
It's like, oh man. It's like, you got to have your Velociraptors as your strikers. Going down the wing.
Oh, yeah. They're wingers. They're wingers.
Literally. Actually, no, that'd be like your pterodactyls. They're not dinosaurs, technically, but whatever.
Oh, yeah. People are going to get an arsey about
They're
that
cool,
one.
Giant shit from long ago. They're a dinosaur.
It's when I conflate stuff that are, like, prehistoric, like saber-toothed tigers. And it's like, well, Ice Age got away with it. So, am I not allowed to?
If it's a Zord in Power Rangers, it's a dinosaur. If they want to say a saber-toothed tiger can fight alongside T-Rex, who am I to complain?
I literally grew up on pterodactyl, saber-toothed tiger, mastodon, and T-Rex. They're all in the same... And dragon. Why not? Just have a dragon Zord in there.
And then like a white falcon. I always wondered how like the falcon Zord fitted. It made no sense, but it's really funny.
I think I missed out the blue one. Can't remember.
The blue one was Triceratops.
It's morphin' time! Dragosaur! Mastodon!
Pterodactyl!
Triceratops!
Saber-tooth tiger!
Tyrannosaurus!
Yeah!
Oh, of course! Triceratops! And I'm a frog.
Can we talk about like Power Rangers next week on Wiki Weekends?
We've already done it, but I'll never give up a chance to just talk about I'm a frog.
Yeah, what's your favourite like Power Ranger Zord? Mastodon for me. Like they always brought it in. It always made like the dumb stock elephant noise.
Mastodon.
Right! I call on the power of the Mastodon! I summon Triceratops power!
Pterodactyl power! I summon saber-tooth tiger power!
You asked me a very difficult question about my childhood here, Karl.
Great. You know what, folks at home, what's your favourite Power Ranger Zord?
I'm going to have to put my feet down and just say pterodactyl, like a pterodactyl cone.
I did like, though, there's that one season that I didn't watch much of, but like the Power Rangers had train Zords, and the way like it arrived onto the scene was its feet were trains, and it came in like bullet trains like 1,000 miles an hour.
Rangers, this is your new Super Train Megazord.
This is awesome!
I think I need to spend less time around you, Karl, because I was about to make a train Zord joke, and you get on there first, and I'm like, ooh, oh, mine's
like mega train Zord. It's great. I love giant dinosaurs. I love dinosaurs. I love robot dinosaurs. I love movies about dinosaurs. Yeah, let us know. Favourite dinosaurs. Go watch Wiki Weekends. We've talked about dinosaurs before.
No,
yeah.
I want to know what everyone's favourite Mighty Morphin Power Ranger Zord was.
Hell yeah, Mastodon. Mastodon all goddamn day.